Welcome back to the Red Path. Today we're going to look at how to get started with the World Eaters. This video may not appeal to more veteran players, but one question that pops up a lot in Facebook groups and even in my channel Discord is, how do you start a World Eaters army? So I figured I'd try and provide an answer. Before you commit any finances to this though, make sure World Eaters are really the army you want to play. You should note that they come with some fairly hefty limitations. Right now, they're a pretty low tier army, especially competitively. Even in a friendly game against someone with a new codex who's bringing a fluffy list, you'll struggle. Marines, Necrons, Death Guard, they all have access to various passive enhancements and a wealth of stratagems and abilities which allows them to resolve many game problems. World Eaters and most other Chaos Space Marine factions don't. We also struggle to be active in much of the game. We're completely absent from our own psychic phase and can only barely react to enemy psychic activity. We're not renowned for our capability in the shooting phase either, though we do have some tricks. All in all, playing World Eaters is a labour of love. We play them because they're so damn cool. They are an iconic aspect of 40k. Khan is an absolute beast, especially the 30k version. They focus on doing one thing and doing it well, and at the end of the day, we get the absolute best quotes to yell during a game.
Blood for the Blood God!
So, if you decide World Eaters are a faction you want to play, where do you start? Well, let's kit you out for a 1,000-point army. First off, get Khan. His model is fairly new and it's also pretty awesome with a dynamic pose and an absolutely badass model. Even with his subpar 8th edition rules compared to other lords, he was an auto take for us. You just couldn't go wrong. Next, you're going to want to get some Berserkers. How many? Lots. You cannot have enough. The thing is, the current models are old and janky. If you like the flavour of them, you can get them for dirt cheap on eBay, but if like me you want something that mirrors the newer line of models, they are a great unit to kit bash. Check out this video for help on making your own custom Berserkers. To start with, I'd look at getting at least 15. This will allow you to run 3 squads of 5, which is the bare minimum troops you'll need to field a battalion, which is the most common detachment for Chaos Space Marines. Ideally, I'd recommend aiming for 24 plus though, which will allow you to run 3 squads of 8 or multiple smaller units. Eventually you'll buy more, but we're just looking at starting here. You'll want a second HQ unit, and I strongly recommend an Exalted Champion. There's not really an official model for this unit. I've made mine out of various kits with different weapon options. You'll likely have to do the same, but as of time of this video posting, the Exalted Champion offers 4 rerolls to wound in combat, which is an excellent trait for World Eaters. Next, you'll need some transport to ferry your Berserkers across the battlefield. There's plenty of options out there, but as we're just getting started, stick with Rhinos. First, they're the only GW transport that we can take outside of Forge World and Land Raiders, I guess, but they're more of a heavy option. With them being GW, they have the cheapest dollar penalty, and you can often find them for cheap on eBay. You want 3, that way each squad of Berserkers can have their own dedicated transport. Finally, you want something heavy hitting and cool to be the showpiece, and here is where you get to start customising your warband's personality. I'd personally recommend a squad of Terminators, but you could opt for a Mauler Fiend or Helldrake. Maybe you want to field Hellbrutes or Mutilators. With around 140 points to play with at this point, you can add whatever you like. With this angry collection of models, Khan, an Exalted Champion, 3 squads of 8 Berserkers, 3 Rhinos and a final model or unit of your choice, you should have a fluffy and competent World Eaters force of about 1,000 points. From here, you have certainly got a core that will feature in most lists you write, and you have another 1,000 points to play with as you see fit to expand your collection. If you were to purchase all the above at gamesworkshop.com, it would run you about $400. Or you could search around eBay or go to local gaming stores and grab most of it, if not more, for considerably less than that. By searching recent sales on eBay, for example, I found about the same stuff for a little over $200 including shipping. Now, I buy a lot of stuff from Games Workshop, I'm sure we all do. They offer great products and I used to buy a lot of it from eBay. Now, however, I spend about 90% of my hobby budget at local game stores, and about once a year I have a Forge World spending spree, which I do save up for all year. I really think you could do the same, especially when starting off an army. Depending on where you live, you may be able to get 15 to 20% off RRP prices, which would tune that $400 down to about $320, $330. If you split that up over 3 months, that's a little over $100 a month, which suddenly becomes more tolerable. I also recommend you purchase in small chunks anyway, especially when starting an army. Buy a squad or a hero or a vehicle, build it, paint it, then reward yourself with another purchase, if financially appropriate. Don't burn yourself out with too much grey plastic. Now, the only thing left for you to do is to get out there and claim some skulls. Okay folks, I hope this video helped provide some guidance on how to start a basic World Eaters force, especially for friendly games. If you've got any suggestions on how you'd advise new members of the Berserker gang, let me know in the comments. As ever, if you've enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave a thumbs down. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. And of course, remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and kill main burn.